Hello everybody, AidenCare here, bringing you another reaction video. Today we are going to be reacting to Fictional Characters Collide, Season 2, Booker DeWitt vs. Frank West. Now, I don't have too much experience with Booker, besides videos I've watched about him in preparation for this, but I have played a bit of Dead Rising 1 at the time of this recording, and I have enjoyed it, but I am going to be siding with Booker here on this episode before I watch it. Mostly just because I think Booker, with his different, I can't remember what they're called, but like his different abilities, could pretty much counter a lot of Frank's arsenal, considering from what I've seen of Bioshock Infinite, Booker has different abilities which let him reflect projectiles, reflect bullets. He has a special ability that lets him control people. He survived a fall from the clouds, so I'd say he's more durable, and with all those different, like, possession powers, the energy reflecting thing, he's also got lightning abilities and fire abilities at the same time, so all that could probably be used to overwhelm Frank, and especially with the reflecting thing, because, like, most of Frank's arsenal is, like, long range, like, most of his best stuff. I know he's got a lot of, like, close range stuff, but his more powerful things, like the Capcom hero costumes, could just get reflected back at him with the possession, no, not possession, it's like the reflector ability. So I think that would give Booker the edge, plus he's more durable, and I would say he is more experienced, because I remember Booker, if I remember correctly, was a soldier for a bit, and Frank's only really covered wars, so I would say that Booker's also a bit more experienced. But we're just going to have to wait and see, and let's get on with the reaction video. Alright, let's get into it.
Everyone has a mission that they need to accomplish, and most of the time, you go right to what needs to be done.
So sometimes when something out of nowhere happens and changes your plans, you gotta roll with the punches.
Booker DeWitt, the private investigator shrouded in mystery from Bioshock Infinite.
And Frank West, the photographer gone zombie killer from Dead Rising.
I'm Demon.
And I'm Marshall.
And it's our job to analyze both of these characters to their fullest, and see what would happen when these two fictional characters collide.
Alright. I think it's Frank first.
You know,
yeah, it's Frank first.
A picture is worth more than
By the way, this is
words.
actually edited by someone that's done stuff for me before in the past. Z-Dog Yes. He's a really cool guy, and he has really done a good job with this. If, like, the previews have been anything on how the full video works, he's done, like, a fantastic job. I'll probably put him in the description, since he edited this video. Not the reaction, the actual video itself. But he'll be in there with, like, the Red Archer and the Great Demon's channels as well.
Destruction all over the place, but he didn't care. He eventually found his way to a huge-ass mall in which Frank would discover something hideous.
The graphics, the dialogue, and both.
It's an old game, so cut
God.
some slack.
I mean, it is an old game, and from what I've played of it so far, it is pretty good, but yeah, it's not aged as well as the other ones. Well, it's not as good as the other ones, and it's aged not the best.
So what was Frank to do in this case? He was unarmed and untrained.
Untrained? He covered
Oh, God.
You know.
I really like the record scratch as well.
No, he was left with one option. Improvise to survive.
While Frank may not have any superpowers or animated
Selfie with a zombie.
he has the ability to weaponize anything, ranging from cardboard boxes to saw blades. Wait, cardboard boxes?
Well, he yields your typical zombie-killing crap, such as chainsaws, baseball bats, and even guns.
Like, you can, like, I don't know how you find a bunch of guns in, like, a shopping center. It's what we call malls here in Scotland, but yeah. Like, you can find all that sort of thing there. Like, it's just crazy.
Badass killing weapons of ultimate
yeah, like, Frank can just make stupid weapons.
Not even Bugs Bunny could pull off with this level of stupidity.
Let's start off with the basics, such as his spiked baseball.
He's got, like, normal, like, spiked bats, spiked gloves, stuff like that.
Professor X schools for gifted youngsters on their asses.
Or his laser sword, made from a flashlight and some jewelry.
That's probably one of my favorite of Frank's weapons.
His electric sledgehammer, that's kind of like Thor's hammer, but with longer range, and apparently you don't look like a moron.
Well, you're carrying a car battery on a stick, so you do look pretty dumb when you have it.
His sledgehammer fused with a fire axe that's used for hacking and smashing your foe's brains out.
He also has a lightning gun, which can shoot lightning. One better, he can mix that with his laser sword to make a laser gun. Again, what the actual hell is with this guy?
Well, that's not even his most illogical weapon. I don't want to talk about this one, but
Frank can combine a very adult object with a leaf blower which creates this
Jeez.
It allows him to launch foes long distances, and no matter where the target lands, they always lose their head.
How the hell does that work?
You know, to make an automatic stun device, jewelry for some sweet area damage, and then even a parasol to make into a rampant
Yeah, surprisingly effective.
He can combine boxing gloves with motor oil to make his own fiery fists of death. How does that not burn his hand?
The same way wearing a flaming cow skull doesn't.
Yeah, that one's pretty weird.
Really answer my question, so sure. He also has the paddle saw, which is the combination of a canoe paddle and chainsaws
to be fair, that one's not too, like, ludicrous.
You can combine spray paint with a traffic cone to make an air horn so powerful it blows.
That one, however, is very strange.
So much more shit, like a flamethrower from a water gun and gasoline, a saw blade launcher with, believe it or not, saw blades, a tennis ball launcher that can fire tennis balls just as fast as bullets, and Frank can make a freeze bomb that he make with TNT and a fire extinguisher.
Does it freeze people, perhaps?
Wow, Captain Obvious. I couldn't tell.
Dear God, this arsenal is...
Wait, I don't remember him having a helmet that lets him shoot lasers.
He also has access to weapons such as my personal favorite, a TNT bow and arrow,
yeah, explosive arrows, that's pretty cool.
The Freedom Bear turret, Molotov cocktails, fireball guns, ice ball guns,
alien laser vision mask, a flaming sword, an electric chair covered in assault rifles, the Hail Mary, the electric Blanca mask, and even a fireworks minigun, and so much more. Frank must have a hard time picking his favorites.
But one of Frank's best weapons is his camera. Yeah, I'm not joking. This guy uses his flash from his camera as a weapon.
Seriously, his camera is a better battery weapon than that laser gun?
Yes. Its flash at close range is equal to that of a flashbang.
I remember one time when I was young, I was playing with one of those old, like, film cameras. Like, one of the ones that you needed to, like, get the film developed, and I accidentally, like, pressed it right in my face at close range, and, oh god, the flash blinded me for a little bit as well. Like, it was not a good experience.
Multiple Capcom characters' powers and abilities.
Like his signature Mega Man stuff that gives him the access to the Mega Buster. The Rio outfit allows him to...
Yeah, I remember this one from the little bit I saw of his death battle.
If Rio isn't enough, why not give him a Kuma suit as well? With that, he can do the Raging Demon, attack which destroys victims.
Wait, what?
That's badass, even for a photojournalist.
He can use the power of Akuma.
Ivory pistols and Rebellion sword with that outfit, and can channel the powers of Morrigan from Darkstalkers using that outfit. Plus a couple others as well. And
of course, there's also Frank's zombie form, in which he gained superhuman abilities and became nigh invincible.
Huh.
Although he does lose access to this weapon since, you know, he has to die and convenient plot stuff has to happen in order for him to achieve this form, so yada yada yada, he doesn't get it here.
Hang on, nearly done here, people.
Frank has his custom motorcycles that can have chainsaws, machine guns on them. Plus his combination drinks come in handy for whenever he needs to get some stuff.
Wait, he can combine drinks as well?
Frank can also regain health by eating very specific foods. Apparently he's a picky eater. Doesn't make sense, kind of weird, but he can do that. Alright.
Don't forget, Frank is also a skilled wrestler who can flip kick people, disembowel them, suplex bitches, and even grab and throw bitches with his signature face smasher. But he does it for fighting. But he does this for fighting with his huge arsenal, of course.
Oh, thank God, that's a lot.
Yeah, that was pretty long.
So, we're on to Frank's feats, and close to the end of his analysis. I mean, the less chance we have of an unwanted guest who likes Frank West a bit too much to show.
You mean Combo?
No, don't say his name! He might shut up if you do. See, he almost found us.
Okay, then. Well, Frank is stupidly strong enough to disembowel and decapitate
that's actually quite funny.
With his weapons like the Hail Mary and laser gun, he can lay waste to hordes of zombies and psychos alike. Don't forget his exosuits, the exosuits he has.
Oh yeah, the exosuits.
Can power up to launch 2-ton cards with a single punch, and he only gets stronger when he gains his top-tier weapons.
Just Mortal Kombat to the zombies.
He can easily keep pace with humans and zombies that can dodge speeding cars and catch up to trains. Frank can also dodge bullets, explosions, laser fire, and electrical blasts like it's nothing. Even in his first game, he could dodge missiles.
Frank West is also pretty durable, surviving zombies clawing at him and even finding his...
Ugh.
We didn't need to know.
Yeah.
Neither do I, but I learned it. Frank has also survived being shot, stabbed, and even tanked hits from his best weapons, such as the sniper rifles, laser guns, and of course, his Hail Mary. Frank has also been burned and hit by chainsaws, yet still continues to fight.
Jeez.
What a champ.
Mr. West is pretty smart, as well as how else could he make all that stuff?
And he covered wars too, you know.
I think the weapons thing is kind of random luck, though.
That joke.
Oh well, How do I transition this? Ah yes, weaknesses. Frank isn't perfect, sadly, and has a couple of major flaws.
He is super
Yeah,
cocky
the
in his
cockiness
skill,
thing,
and
even in the
kinda thinks
first
he is
game
unstoppable,
before
which
he
ain't.
becomes like this
Plus, while his
massive
weapons are
celebrity, if I
amazing,
remember
they do have
correctly,
limited ammo
he is
and/or
still pretty
durability.
cocky, so that is
Once
a
they
big
break,
weakness.
they're gone, and Frank is in a lot of trouble.
Frank is still also a human, believe it or not. Enough force can still kill him, such as a very powerful explosion, enough gunfire, being bitten in the dick by a
Ew.
zombie, and all of that other stuff.
Also, for the most part, Frank is primarily a melee fighter, and while he has a long-range weapons, he prefers to fight up close
Oh,
and
he's
personal,
more of
and has
a-
trouble
oh, yeah.
keeping foes much farther away.
But
He's
despite
more of a
those
melee
flaws,
fighter.
Frank
That
is
was
ready
my
to kick
mistake,
your
guys.
butt with anything you give him. Just make sure you get the perfect pictures while he's doing it.
No, I can't let a civilian do that. That's against regulations.
Yeah, well, I don't think they had zombie-infested malls in mind when they wrote those regulations, kid.
I actually
You know how
just
to
got
use
back
this?
past that bit, like,
Kinda.
hour
covered
before
wars, you
I
know.
watched this. So that's actually quite cool to see it there, and I've just passed it, like, not too long ago. Alright, now on to Booker's bio.
Plus the girl. Wipe away
Also,
the
I
death.
really like this song.
Those words can haunt
It's like a
your head for
remix
decades.
of
Hence the case.
one of
Private
the
investigator
like
Booker
levels
DeWitt.
in the game.
You see, Booker
But I really
had
like
a
this
major
remix.
gambling problem and a debt to pay off. Until the pair of siblings, Robert and Rosalind Lutis, came to him with a way to pay it off.
Oh, such as telling him to give his only daughter to them, where she'll be handed off to a crazy priest guy named
Oh
Comstock,
god, Comstock.
who's from another universe as well. We'll explain that all later. With guilt
Oh
and
god, you're
sorrow,
gonna
Booker
explain
went to the
that.
siblings
Good
once
luck.
again to set all this straight. But go to Columbia and find the girl.
Why did he need to go to Columbia, and why does he need to go to a lighthouse to get there in the first place?
You see, Archer, this isn't any ordinary Columbia. It was a floating city in the sky. But no, besides that, it was run by a familiar man known as Comstock, who was seen as a prophet from God to help the next generation. Whatever that means.
Yep,
Too bad his
that
idea
is
of
that
next
kind of game.
generation is full of a bunch of white nationalists who support slavery. And if they see an interracial couple, they'll have a raff on who gets to throw baseballs at them first. Doesn't hope that they also have a golden statue of John Wick's booth there.
Yeah, from what I've heard of
That
the
is
Bioshock games, it's
Not what I was
really,
expecting. Kinda
really
funny, if I do
messed
say
up.
myself, Archer.
Agreed. Anyways, when Booker arrived there, it wasn't really the best time. For one, he nearly got drowned by a priest, was shanghaied
Booker
by
just
the sky
can't
police
catch
of
a break.
Columbia, and was seen as the false shepherd for whatever reason.
Man, Booker didn't really catch her very much,
exactly.
did
No, not really.
he? Seems like every minute he has to deal with some crazy messed up shit.
Bioshock Infinite in a nutshell.
Well, in order to combat this, he needed to get his hands on a couple of certain weapons to finish the job, like his skyhook. With it, he can bash enemy skulls in with ease, and
Yeah, the
pierce right
Skyhook's
through them.
actually a really
It
cool
can also
weapon.
be used to break enemies' necks, and just like its namesake, makes for a good skyline transportation.
For firearms, he has a broadsider, which is an old-school pistol that carries massive amounts of ammo, and is good for aiming well-placed shots. The Triple F machine gun is, despite being a machine gun, easy to carry, and is able to mow down enemies within seconds.
Wait, the triple cross machine gun?
No, demons. It's not meant to be named that, just... Never mind.
The China Broom shotgun is a pump-action shotgun, which is good for dealing heavy damage close up. Sucks for when using it at long range, however.
Well,
Booker's
yeah, like
also
most
passed with the
shotguns.
Huntsman carbine, a glorious mix between a shotgun and a machine gun. If you basically hit anyone anywhere with it, you'll have a giant gaping hole into them.
Oh, I like that
I'll
weapon.
consider that Booker's welcoming present. Not really that welcoming, though.
But this gun's also semi-automatic as well, making it one of his more useful guns.
The Founder's Volley shoots flaming explosives at the enemy in an arc, or even bounce along the ground. But it does have low ammo, so Booker does need to worry about how much ammo he uses for it.
The Vox here is basically another shotgun with fire bullets, but it's much more hotter. So imagine 6 to 8 burning bullets hitting you all at once.
Yeah, not very pleasant.
Ouch. He also has the glorious crank gun. You know how a minigun is automatic? The crank gun works the same, but you need to crank a lever again and again to keep firing.
Yeah, for
Despite
some
this, it's a
reason,
beautiful display of
Columbia
master
has like these really advanced
Foxtrooper is
like
basically a much slower and
medication. It's
stronger
got these really
version of the machine
advanced
gun that holds less ammo.
like weapons,
Born
but
Steel
yet
RPG
they
is
can't come
basically
up with
just
like
to
a
have
good
rocket launcher that any
firing
man can
machine
carry.
gun that doesn't need an
And
actual
Booker's
crank.
Bird's Eye Sniper Rifle is an old-timey hunting rifle, able to gun down people with a well-placed shot. However, he does need to be patient while using it.
Yeah, like
My
most
all-time favorite,
snipers.
the Patty Whacker hand cannon, is basically what the name implies. It's as small as a pistol with the firepower of a freaking
Oh, the
cannon.
kickback for that
But it
must
does
be
have a
pretty
short
bad.
ammo
I've
supply,
shot
like a few of the other,
a
like a few of the
rifle
other weapons,
before.
sadly.
I know it's not right. That gun isn't a rifle, but like when you do shoot a gun, you do get some pretty bad kickback.
Just colored differently. They shoot stuff, and yay.
Great description right there.
Sad thing with Booker, however, is that he can only carry 2 firearms at a time.
I don't know if you should count that personally, because like people like Master Chief can only really have 2 guns at a time, but people don't give him that sort of weakness.
He uses one of his many
Vigors, that's what it's called, yeah. You're gonna find out about the different vigors he has.
That doesn't sound safe.
Just like plasmid, it does the same thing to your body, changing your genetic code to use crazy superpowers.
Yep, as I said, they can give you superpowers, but they cannot give you a machine gun that you don't need to use a crank for.
They kind of commit suicide.
Because that seems safe to use and to give to anyone. But it doesn't work on people who are man and machine at the same time, which would make you.
But yeah, this is like what I was talking about. This one would really help him against Frank.
With the devil's kiss, he can throw burning balls of fire and even set them down.
Yeah, Super Mario fireballs
to cause massive fiery explosions. And the murderer crow lets Booker summon hordes of murderous crows to eat the enemies alive and leave nested traps in offices. The shock jockey is him literally shooting electricity out of his fingertips, just like a certain Sith Lord.
Oh, real funny.
Which can power up machines, shoot out electrical crystals, traps, cause why not? And with the fucking Bronco, he can launch his enemies into the air and make them freeze, leaving them easy targets.
Oh, that's another one that would probably, like, be very effective against Frank.
To push his enemies out of bounds into a bottomless pit, or bringing them closer to him in order to deal more damage.
So yeah, basically just the Force, that one.
You just charge into your enemy to send them flying.
The Spartan rebound lets him absorb all incoming attacks into a small ball of energy, which he sends back to kill his enemies. With the force of their own weapons...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That would be pretty helpful against Frank's more powerful things like the Capcom Hero costumes.
He can also survive a fall from the clouds.
Mentioned that.
He fought in actual historical wars, and even went through multiple dimensions to fight and kill dangerous wars and veteran soldiers, including that giant robot Patriots with the miniguns.
Alright, the dimension thing. Unlike the first 2 games, Bioshock Infinite introduces the multiverse theory.
As said by Team 4-Star, multiverse series of E-word.
Turns out Booker and Comstock were the same person in many universes.
Dun dun dun.
How does that make sense, people?
Comstock is what the new game many Bookers went by after their baptism and being reborn into the world after the Battle of the Wounded Knee. And this Comstock from another universe was also the man who gave his daughter Elizabeth too as well. So not only did he meet other Bookers, he freaking murdered one as well. And that's not talking about the DLC. Man, my head hurts.
Well,
yeah, multiverse theory does make your head hurt.
Booker from the DLC either, since this isn't the same Booker. Since, well,
yeah, it gets drowned by your own daughter.
That one died at the end of the main game, and the Booker from the DLC also died. So yeah, all the Bookers don't really catch a break. But then again, Booker does have some faults.
Besides his terrible luck.
That's why Bioshock Infinite.
Because edgy plot twists, demon. Edgy plot twists. So edgy.
Despite his more intense emotional baggage, Booker is also still just a human, so he can still die by normal means.
Pretty hard to kill him, though.
His vigors are amazing, but he's a constant supply of salts. No salts, no vigors.
But then again, this
maybe if you become a YouTuber, then you'll get plenty of salt that way.
Once again. Or die trying, I don't know.
Booker, are you afraid of God?
No. But I'm afraid of you.
Okay, the combatants are finally set. It's time to settle this.
It's time for these 2 fictional characters to collide. Wait a minute.
Oh yeah, this episode is a prediction video episode, which is where there's no animation, but there is prediction videos by other people. However, I'm not gonna watch them because I don't want to bore you guys, so I'm just going to skip to the end analysis.
The outcome is set, and we're here to tell you the winner. The winner
I was thinking Frank West after hearing all the predictions.
Well, that was kind of unexpected. So, why does Frank West win? Well, let's talk about the main category first, weapons and strength. While Booker's vigors are highly impressive, they do have a limited amount of salt. Meanwhile, Frank's massive arsenal and his skill to literally turn anything into a weapon trumps Booker in this department.
Before people come at us saying that the possession vigor can be instant trump cards for Booker, remember, Frank West survived being a brain-dead zombie and still had his mind.
Yeah, but that's not the same thing as possession.
That Booker controlled.
Like,
where normal
when you get bitten by a zombie, it's like rotting and corrupting your brain.
Basically immune to it.
Don't get
But
us
this is
wrong,
just like
Booker does
possession,
have
like
the edge and
controlling,
durability for being able
not
to
like
survive falls
corrupting.
from the sky with ease and landing face first into the ocean with almost no injury. But Frank has shown much greater strength without his weapons. Frank is capable of ripping heads through heads with only his bare hands, while Booker needs things like a skyhook just to get to a
Yeah, I suppose so.
And with reaction speed, overall speed, etc., both have shown to have dodge electricity, rocket launcher fire, and bullets. But Frank has shown he can do it much more easily than Frank. Frank nearly dodges this type of stuff on a daily basis, while Booker just hasn't shown the same level of skill Frank has in dodging these types of attacks.
And if you do more stuff than the other person, it means that you're kind of going to get an edge over that other person, as Frank's skill is far better than Booker's.
While Booker does have the overall experience and combat training advantage, thanks to being an actual soldier before battling in Wounded Knee. But Frank has fought alongside and against his fair share of soldiers with similar decades of experience.
Don't forget to include Frank's exosuits and Capcom costumes, where he has shown amazing physical strength with.
Not to mention, while Booker's firearms seem far more impressive, Booker can only carry 2
I've already
at a time,
mentioned
hampering his effectiveness
like
still.
that, but yeah, I do see where they're coming from with
Any
this.
other weapons of ease, meaning he will always have a leg up on Booker for whenever he tries to do something.
Plus, what's not stopping Frank from using the Dante outfit to completely stomp Booker, or Akuma's outfit to one-shot with a Raging Demon, which comes out really fast? Or just becoming
I
OP with
suppose,
his
yeah, the
Mega
Raging
Man's therefore making
Demon,
it impossible
Booker
for
doesn't really have any sort of counter
Dang,
to that.
I didn't even think about that. By adding what Archer said into the mix, it just gives more reason on why Frank would win this battle.
In the end, Booker had the durability, combat experience, and intelligence advantages. Frank was just far more stronger, more unpredictable, and his reaction speed was far greater, as well as his arsenal of weapons and abilities, which is what ultimately gave Frank the win.
It seems Booker will be rising from this Bioshock.
I should have expected that.
Booker must be dead after that one. There was no infinite chance that Booker was going to win.
Only I can make continuous puns around here, Archer.
Sure thing, Demon.
The winner is Frank West.
What is it, Stacy?
Frank, I've been trying to reach you for hours. There's a guy here.
Let me guess. Guy stuck in a store, 12 zombies around him, needs a piggyback to the safe house. Well, I guess playtime's over.
Next time.
I already know the
Fictional
next time,
Characters
but I'm
Collide.
gonna watch the trailer because it's pretty good. Yep, Izuku Midoriya versus KO. If you're wondering how I know about that fight, that is because I am actually editing the video, and I also helped write it, at the time. I know there's been some, new stuff, but I did help write that, and I am editing it, so I knew about it. But yeah, Booker versus Frank, that was a really good episode, actually. I really enjoyed it. I thought, I did agree with it. There was one or two things that I was a little bit iffy on, but I'll probably talk to Demon about that later. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Fictional Characters Collide, Booker DeWitt versus Frank West. Thanks for watching. As I said before, the Red Archer, the Great Demon, and Z-Dog's channels are all going to be in the description, and there's Z-Dog getting credit for editing this episode. Well, once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!